Good morning, this is Dagmar Stancova, and welcome to my, I can't even say the word welcome. Welcome to my morning routine. I have the hiccups, so in the old country that means that somebody is thinking about you. So somebody must be really thinking about me. Anyway, so this morning I'm going to make another typically unpredictable breakfast. I mean, there's certain things that weave through that are similar, but you never know what you're going to make unless you see what you have in your refrigerator. So this morning I'm doing what am I doing? So I kind of clean things up a little bit, prepare. See, I'm getting a little better at this. I'm preparing things. So I have here a purple carrot. I'm going to make like a vegetable dish, and then my little cheese omelette thing that I generally do for breakfast. So as far as the vegetables go, this is what I have. Look how beautiful they look. Look at all these colors. Oh my God. So I have purple carrot, I have a little bit of beet, and then I have some cute little red peppers that I've prepared, and a tiny bit of scallion, because that's what I had in the refrigerator, and one little cucumber, and some parsley, and some dill, and also some sugar snap peas, and I forgot to clean some of them. It's important when you prepare the sugar snap peas, you have to remove the what do you call that little stringy thing, which is really hard to chew. So I did that with all of them. See what I'm doing? I'm removing that, and then I like to combine cooked with raw. I forgot to comb my hair this morning, but I put on a nice dress. Well, this is my friend's belt that I'm borrowing, and okay. Anyway, this is not a fashion show. It is a. I don't know what this is. So here's a sweet potato. No, this is a yam. Sorry, this is a yam, and I'm going to steam some of this yam to go with this meal. So remember the principle that I said before, that a meal needs to have the sweet, sour, salty, and fatty. So this is going to be the sweet part, and the salty part will be, well, it'll be a little bit of my special mixed up salt, and sweet, salty, and sour. Sour is going to be some fermented cabbage, which I will put in there. And the fatty part will be just a dash of my Amish raw butter. So now, because I wanted to steam fast, I cut the sweet potato very thinly, and I will put it in the steamer, and everything should be ready on time. So you can, since I don't eat any grains and I don't eat any breads, or rice or things like that. So this is kind of my version of nice portion of starch to go with your daily. You gotta feed some of those bacteria that like the starch. So let's see. Do I want a little more? I think that this will be my dose for today. So it is now on. That's going. So now I will start to prepare. Now, if you're only making breakfast for yourself, I do it directly, I prepare things directly into the bowl from which I will eat. And as you know, I love wooden things. I love wooden spoons. And because metals, metals are not natural. Like I was saying before, our teeth are not made of metal. Well, maybe some people's are, but that's a whole other video. Pardon my hiccuping. Okay, so I'm going to start working on this, and I can basically, as I'm going to start chopping this, I can get the omelet going. And I just put a little bit of grass-fed butter onto the pan. And then I will make the omelet in there. I have already pre-cut a little bit of raw cheese, grass-fed, organic. Because remember, that's how we vote, is what we buy. So okay, working on I do it on medium high. And I'm pouring in the eggs. These eggs I got were local eggs from I am in upstate New York right now, so I got them from a real local person. Like, they're not clean and washed, they're actual eggs that somebody got from their few chickens, not hundreds of chickens. They only have like 30 chickens. And I like to get eggs from chickens that actually have names. Their chickens have names. Okay, so I blended the eggs because I like to blend them because it creates kind of a fluffy, nice, even consistency. And I have kind of a weird childhood thing about I don't like to when you open an egg and there's like the little umbilical cord. Clearly I have issues, but I when you hard boil an egg, or when you make an omelet or scramble and you don't blend the umbilical cord so that it's completely smooth, you could actually like bite into it, and it's got that, I don't know, there's something about it I just can't. Maybe you don't have an issue with it, so you don't have to blend your eggs. You could just, put them in a bowl with a fork and do the normal thing. Okay, so now I'm going to start preparing my wonderful mixed salad, and I'm cutting it again with a ceramic knife because the ceramic knife is closer to human teeth, so it's not doing anything to the electrons in the food. So I'm cutting up the dill and the parsley. So I'm getting a nice dose of fresh, organic, raw greens in my morning salad. People think like there's certain things you're supposed to eat for breakfast and certain things you're supposed to have for dinner and all this kind of stuff. I don't follow any of that. I just try to get all the nutrients in, and it doesn't matter what they are or what time of day I get them in. Like, I have no problem having an omelet for dinner. As a matter of fact, in the old country, we didn't have the luxuries and availability of food like you have here. For us, we considered it like making scrambled eggs was considered a very exotic dinner. And we would, chop onions into them and put peppers, onions, and tomatoes, and it was called lecho. Lecho. It is a Czech, Slovak traditional food. So, the whole idea is like just get out of the box. get out of that box of what eating should be and how it should look. You're going to come up with way more interesting and creative ways in the kitchen if you follow that inner call. So now I'm cutting. More interesting than than this is. Even though this is definitely not like your everyday normal type kitchen activities. Maybe for some people it is. I don't know. I'll find out. Maybe everybody does this. Maybe this is not unusual at all. Maybe people mix cooked and raw vegetables together all the time and are improvising every meal. Well, I am improvising every meal. The only time I ever repeat a meal is if I write it down and then I remember what I did so I can repeat it. Okay, that's happening. This is slowly happening. I like to turn. Oops. Right, did my hiccups go away? Oh my gosh, maybe they went away. And all I had to do was shift my focus from me to you. And now I am hiccup free. Okay. Or maybe the person already stopped thinking about me. Maybe that's it. So, okay, here I have my sugar snap peas. I'm cutting those up. Put those in. They also have some nice little bits of protein in them. So see, look how beautiful this is looking. I love this part. It's sort of like doing a painting, And then I take my little organic cucumber. I don't know, I find it very empowering just knowing that every single item that I buy is somehow contributing to making the planet a better place, that I'm making a statement with what I buy. And now I'm cutting up the little scallion. I do scallions instead of onions once in a while because onions and garlic I recommend really doing only if you're really sick and you need it, but not as an everyday thing. I don't know if you're aware of this, but when you go to an ashram or any kind of meditative place, they pretty much ask you to not eat any garlic or onions because they slow down your reflexes. And from what I understand, back in the day when pilots had to fly the plane like consciously, like there was no machines telling them which way to go, they actually had to fly the airplane. They were told that they can't have any meals containing garlic, like Italian food, because it would slow down their reflexes. I can't remember exactly by how much, but okay, now I turn the omelet over, and as soon as I turn it over, I immediately turn it off. And then, so it slows down, what was I saying? Garlic slows down your reflexes. You don't want that. And maybe that's why people like it so much, because it kind of makes you go dopey, like, a nice garlic trance. Because garlic has the capacity, I think it's the DMSO in it, that can go through the blood-brain barrier. Okay, now I'm taking the, let me put this up a little bit. There we go. Hello. This is the beet. Grating the beet into it. This is going to be a very vibrant, vital breakfast. And we will have lots and lots of variety of colors and nutrients. And now I will take this beautiful purple carrot, and wait, I just lost my visuals. Technology. Here we go. I need to see if I'm in the frame. Here's my beautiful carrot, purple carrot. I'm going to break that into there. Now, I think this meal will probably be good for 2 people. I did get a little carried away, so I can maybe separate my meal into 2 meals. Oh wow, look at the inside of this carrot. It's like yellow and purple. Okay. Now I will take the cheese that I had cut up, and I will put it into the omelette. And then I will simply fold the omelette over it, and I just folded the omelette over it. I guess I can show you. So I just put the cheese in there, then I folded the omelette over it, and the idea is I don't want to expose the raw cheese to just warm, not hot, so it'll melt a little bit, because we want to keep all the enzymes alive, and also it costs a lot of money, so you want to get the bang for your buck. Okay, so that's sitting there. Now we'll check out my sweet potato. And if you could smell, you would see that I ran out of water in there, and then started to burn my pot. Things happen, you know, but I don't have my hiccups anymore. So, all right, so here's the steamed sweet potato. And can you see? Can you see right here? Okay, here we go. And here is my lovely mush. Now I'm going to put the sweet potato in there. And I'm going to, so we have sweet, now we're going to put in, see, I'm just putting in a little dash of raw butter right on top of the sweet potato so it will melt. Then I'm going to put in some of my salty, so we have sweet, salty. And look at all these magnificent colors, though, that we have in this meal. We have the orange, we have red, we have green, we have a kind of a different kind of a red and a purple and yellow, and just many shades of life. Many shades of life in this meal. So now, I'm thinking, let's be really creative here. Okay, so that's made, so, oh, now we must get the sour part. This is some raw, organic of course, red cabbage. And where's my wooden fork? And I'm going to just put that in like this. It'll give it a really nice kind of tart, but also full of enzymes, and it will help to digest this. So now we put that in, but I'm thinking, let's really be wild. And I'm going to, this is essential oil of oregano. And I'm going to just put some on my hand. Not in the food direct. I'm just going to put it, because as you know, we massage our food in the Dagmar Stansova School of Kitchen Arts. Then I'm going to take some lavender oil, put that on my hand. And I'm going to mix them on my hands really well. which is, you know, oregano is excellent if you have any kind of fungal, bacterial. You can actually eat this stuff. I mean, you could drink it in water, or you could rub it on your belly, which I won't do at this moment. So now we go to the mixing part of the meal, and here we go. So now I'm going with just the essence and smell of some of the oregano and lavender on my hands. I'm going to mush this up, let the butter soak in there, and the cabbage, and I'm making a beautiful mess. I am engaging with my food. I am doing the thing that your mother told you never to do. Don't play with your food. Well, we are playing with our food. And while we're doing that, we're just, you know, it's just like, you've got to get your hands into life. You know, this is what this is about, you know. It's actually this food, this material here. Once you consume it, once you put it into your body, it will be broken down by various bacteria and juices, and your body will be building itself from this. So, you know, this is a sacred event. You're preparing this beautiful, beautiful creation of nature, God, whatever you want to call it, and you're preparing it to enter into a new life, into your body, and you will be creating new eye cells, new liver cells, new brain cells, you know, new muscles from this food, and I just think it's amazing. It's the most profound transformation. So you're filling it and you're harmonizing it to your energy and to your intent, and you know, it's like a prayer. You know, you're praying over the food, but you're not praying just in your head or in your mind. You're praying with your actual hands. You know, you're infusing it with love. And like I said, your hands are just an extension of your heart. They're coming right from your heart and into your food. And I think it's just makes life so much more, you know, you're engaging and relating rather than just, you know, kind of being separated from it. And now the dilemma, you have your hands full of some particles of food that would be a shame to wash down. So you must at least do a little bit of cleaning up or licking, and it's sort of like, I'm trying to think, you know, it's sort of like when you step into the water, you don't, it's nice to just go in gently. So this is how you get your whole body ready for the meal. This is like a little teaser. And if you have ooh, wow, that oregano, that may have been a little too intense. Holy cow. Wow. Oregano is essential oil oregano. But it's interesting. Wow. I've never done this before. I was thinking that this might be a really good way to eat some of these essential oils. Because a drop will be way too much, but if you spread it over your hands, very good. Or it's got that, it's kind of like an Italian meal. It sort of tastes like some kind of pizza, but a very vibrationally high frequency pizza flavor. But make sure if you do use any oils that they're food grade. And once I figure out how to put these things, I think I can put a flashing thing on the screen that will show you where you can get these fine quality essential oils. And the lavender adds up also an interesting exotic something. Okay, I've done some licking. Now I can rinse. And my hands have that wonderful kind of the beet stain on them. And I remove the omelet with my hand. So here's the omelet. Here's my salad part and my wooden fork. And I believe I'm ready for my breakfast. And I hope you kind of get a sense of how creative this whole process can be. It can be. It's only limited by your own imagination. So have a beautiful day. I'm going to go and eat my breakfast now. Actually, maybe I'll taste this just to see. I'll taste it publicly just to see what I've created. Wow. Oh my God. It's much more subtle than when I was licking my hands, because my hands still have tons of that oregano, but this just has a kind of a wave of the oregano and the sweetness of the yams, the garnet yams. Oh, and then the dill, very, very satisfying. Like I was saying in my other videos, human beings, we just love condiments. And condiments have sweet, sour, salty, and fatty in them. This has all of those. So it's satisfying. It feels like it's a meal, you know. And really, I could eat this whole thing. I could. I mean, it's just vegetables, you know. It's not like there's no I mean, and with a tiny bit of fat from the butter. So, all right, I'm gonna go have my breakfast in peace. Thank you for joining me. This is Dagmar Stansova, and have a beautiful rest of the day. Bye.